So basically, like I feel about the last 2 games we've played, I'm sick. I'm slightly sick. Let's move on to Week 8 against the Indianapolis Colts, though we do have to cut one player. We got Rob Havenstein. Did not think he was going to be in free agency, but he's definitely a better option for us, at least, as a backup going forward. For right now, he'll be a starter, though, as Onwenu has a 2-week injury still, and we just got through the bye, so... yeah, unfortunately, that's something we're just going to have to deal with for this Colts and Ravens game in today's episode. We also have a national focus. Is it O-line? Is it edge? Those are kind of the 2 positions I personally think we should be focusing on. So nationally, if left tackle is a strength, left guard as a weakness. Let's take a look at the players if we can. So we have tackles. We have 6 guys in the first round. And then we have 3 guys in the first round on the other side. So 9 first-round talents. Edge, you have 4 at the left end, a 5th at right end. Outside linebackers, you have 3 left outs, 1 right out. Corner's not really a problem for us. Safety is probably a problem. I don't know why I guess there's no safeties. The safety position doesn't exist. Wide receiver, I think we're good at. Okay, everything's just gone. It was going well for a while, and then there it is gone. So... I guess we'll keep it at tackle because, 9 first round, see you later. Right now that we're back, I don't even know where the hell we left off. I don't know how many teams would have played their bye week yet or played through their bye week, but Ramondre Stevenson's 3rd in rushing yards. That cannot be allowed. Of course, he only has 2 rushing touchdowns as well. Looking at this list, a good... maybe half have played 7 games, so not the worst, I suppose. We're the Jaguars. They've played 7. The Seahawks, they've played 7. So we are a game behind, so that's not terrible, actually. A game to get at least 50 yards is basically if you're betting on that for Stevenson, you literally bet your whole house. You bet your grandfather's house. That's all he's got left to his name because he lived longer than he thought he was going to. You bet that because you want grandpa to have 2 houses, basically. But let's take a look at the team real quick. Maybe you're new to the series. Hey, welcome. How are you? I think I'm sick, okay? That's not mentally, but I think I'm coming down with something. Down with the sickness. This is what the offense looks like. It looks pretty good, except for the fact that right tackle is, Robinson. So, obviously, we'll have to throw Havenstein in there. And then we look at the defensive side of the ball. The team's played pretty well. We kind of threw too many picks last week, though. Let's be real. Not even last week, but last 2 games, we've thrown too many picks. But let's take a look at the Colts. See how they're looking. We, of course, still have Onwenu. Nothing's changed there. It's only been a couple of minutes. And the Colts are injuryless. But looking at the Colts, Anthony Richardson's obviously looking, better and better. Deep accuracy is pretty bad, but everything else is, pretty damn elite, right? Really high short accuracy in the 90s. Pretty damn high medium accuracy. Rushing, Jonathan Taylor's still doing it at a pretty high level. He can pretty much do it all other than spin move, which I wouldn't say is overrated, but it's probably the worst of the bunch. Maybe stiff arm's the worst of the bunch. Wide receivers, of course, Pittman's a tough guy to, slow down because he can catch pretty much everything, and Josh Downs is developing into a nice receiver. Adonai Mitchell, I thought he would be a little bit better than this, but he's fast, he's still young. Tight end is Dawson Knox, who's still obviously really fast. Left tackle's great, left guard's great, center's pretty damn good. Right guard needs a new player, and then right tackle's great, so pretty damn good offensive line if you ask me. Kwity Paye, pretty good. Right end, Latu is really good too. Buckner's definitely regressing here, though, you can see, but still has the 80 finesse, decent enough. Left out, you have Sanborn, who's not that fast. Middle linebackers, Zaire Franklin, better than I would have thought at this point. And then you have really fast Drew Tranquil. Corners, Joe Fender is the new... He sounds like a local car salesman. Joe, stop by Joe Fender. It seems like it. Kenny Moore, up faster than I would have thought at this point, and he's kind of on the older side now. And then Julius Brents hasn't really developed, but 81 zone coverage with the size. They got some size here. It's just... They don't know what kind of team they want to be, right? They got a lot of good zone corners, and then their number 1 now is really good man coverage. Simmons needs to be replaced. He's so slow. We could attack that. And then Redmond, very good zone coverage for a young player. Holy crap, in the 90s. Kicker punter, Matt Gay's got a strong leg. And then Logan Cook with 94 kick power as well. So surprisingly, they're actually a pretty good pass team versus run team. I thought they would have been a little bit better at that. So I think even though it says deep, I get it. Anthony Richardson is about that life. I still think short, right? Pittman is a short route goon. He's a, possession guy. Then on the other side, it says they defend the run well. I don't believe that. I truly think we can run the ball well against them. So that's what I think we're going to do. And I think this is fine for our focus players again. We have a couple of upgrades. One of them for Antoine Baxter, a guy that I would say definitely disappointed me a little bit in the draft. He's still good. He's fast, but he's a long ways away from being a starter. Just really athletic. That's really all there is to it. I thought he's going to be a little bit better. We even traded up for him. And it didn't really go so well for us. Sidney Weston, player that we got in free agency. I think the value was there. He still looked pretty good to me, and he could even be a starter down the line for all we know, especially if an injury happens. Gets his own coverage upgrade. I think hybrid's a little bit better, but I thought there was a chance at 80 zone. Took that chance. Got it. That's all I can say about that. Demario Douglas, he's been one of our more consistent receivers this year. Seems to come up clutch a lot. Gets himself 3 to deep route and short route. 1 to release, 1 to medium, 1 to spec. A couple other random things, but yeah, very solid slot wide receiver. One of the best in the league at this point. And then we have Jeromepkr. It's not going to be many upgrades, points coming for him throughout. Oh, nice. 2 overall upgrades going down the line here as he's on the bit of the older side, but decent little upgrade there. Good hit power. Man coverage is there. Zone coverage is there. We'll say, though, if he regresses in speed by like 2, it might be time to move on. It'll be like a really bad, like Tyrann Mathieu type. Ramondre Stevenson, he's already a good trucking player. Juke moves good, too, though. I'm not really sure what you do. I guess because you want him to be that trucking player, I suppose you go power back. If this upgrade doesn't go well, though, I probably hold on to our upgrades until, he regresses again. But by then, 23,000 XP might not get another upgrade. 2 to trucking. That was a great upgrade, actually. Now up to 96. That was a really good upgrade. That is nice. That is a good regression counter, if you will. But with that being said, let us go on to game 1 of 2 against the 2-4 Indianapolis Colts. Here we go for Sunday night primetime. We've got ourselves some special uniform matchups here. It is a pretty special matchup itself. All the years of Tom Brady versus Peyton Manning. Now it's a new era of 2 young, way more mobile quarterbacks. And we're rocking some old school stuff. Not really old school. 95. The fact that I called my birth year old school scares me, but it is true, though, because it's like almost 30 years ago. Why did I say that out loud? But, of course, some uniforms that fans either love or hate. I always used to have, like, a cool combination with that Colts team, but, it's kind of weird, because the whole helmet is kind of like, it just throws it off. It's like, it's got more color on the helmet than the entire uniform, pretty much. But here we are, kicking the ball off first. Who even is who? I don't even know at this point. Both teams are basically white and blue, even though we're more of a silver. First glance, though, it's kind of hard to tell. You gotta remind yourself who is who before the game starts. And you're like, they true, especially since the Colts are at home. But you see that more and more these days with alternates. Nice little slip off, but not going to get much on that return. Anthony Richardson, don't know how well he's playing. We know how well Drake May's playing. Yes, we've thrown some picks, but overall, we're still having a pretty damn good year. Anthony Richardson, 13 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 1,600 yards. And here we go from the 29-yard line. See if we can get some rush. Never going to happen. Oh, we're trying to catch him with Ojulari, and we can't. Delani Tavai, 1-on-1. It's still going to be a gain of a yard. And here we are in man coverage. On the drag, we're slightly out of position, and we miss. I can't believe our guy misses not really misses the tackle, but got the tackle broken on him, and then we just straight up miss. Gonna bring a blitz. I thought we had a pretty good job. I thought we did a really good job there, but fortunately the guy that kind of stole our spot missed the tackle. It's gonna be a blitz. Good teamwork. Shot for the knees is Uche. And just like that, it's gonna be a punt. 4th and 1. You're down. You're 2-4. Going against a team that if you let get hot early, it's gonna be bad for you. But hey, you know what? They feel like if you don't get it on 4th and 1, it's going to be even worse, which is true, but it's 1 yard. You can't feel comfortable about getting 1 yard. What are your chances really to win anyways? To the 19-yard line, I don't even know if that was a good return. We might have gained a few and then lost them right back. Drake May, of course, we've seen a glimpse of those numbers early on, which they're good. But yeah, going from 0 interceptions to 4 within 2 weeks is isn't super fun. We said we're going to run the ball more today. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to start out with a run, which aren't going to go anywhere. We got about 2 yards. Left guard got locked in last week. The yards per carry weren't terrible. It's just they were really keen in on the run, and it kind of forced us to throw the ball more. At least it felt like it did. I don't know why I start with a sweep ever. Try to cut it back. It is a good cutback. We gained about 4. The wide receiver sweep, I just don't like it. To the outside. Got a little zig. Douglas, obviously, Mr. Clutch on 3rd down. We convert. We got Douglas on that corner. We might have, but let's just take Patton instead. Gains about 8. That's a manageable 2nd and 2. Could take the shot if you wanted. You got, one-on-one across the board. Why not? Let's see it. Going to go to Stevenson, who is wide open. A lot of times I'll, turn into a block, but that's why it's a block and release. You do get that block, and then they release, because you never know if you're going to have anyone open deep. You remove that little dump off, and lo and behold, you're done for. Patton, go route. Yeah, we probably had that curl route. Let's not do too much. 1st and 10, throw away. If we could just have, one go route win ever, that'd be pretty cool. We run the ball with Stevenson as he gets a little bit better blocks. Oh, look at him make it count. 11 yards to the 44-yard line. Pretty big play there. We got the read option now. They got some players in the box. Let's see what they got. Maybe handing off. Oh, hesitated. Because I didn't know if we were going to get the block. Saw we got the block. Went to the right. Didn't happen. And now I'm sad. Now we got another injury. There's another injury. Sweet. I'm sure this won't hurt us. Yeah, Karras now in at the center spot. We still have time to run the ball, I think. As he gets about 4 again. 3rd and 5, a little bit longer than 3rd and 4, but manageable. Did play defense first, obviously, so we have that luxury of, even if you don't get it, so be it. And Drake May is going to take off, but it's going to be a hold. Good job by Drake May, but this is kind of bad because before it's maybe you hit the long field goal. Now, if you don't get a good chunk of yards, you're probably punting the ball. Dislocated hip for Palmer, which, we've seen that a little bit lately. It's typically been a pretty long injury. Going to get a block from Stevenson. We're going to need a little bit more time on this, I think. And there goes Patton. That's a really good route. Wide open for the 1st down and then some to the 23-yard line. Big play. That was a pretty stellar route. Stevenson on the inside. He's fighting as hard as he can, but there really hasn't been much. I really didn't think on paper that they look like a good run defense, but they apparently are. And we're about to throw to that outside. They bring 4, and they get to us. Latu. Gotta say, Blackwell is not having a good start to this game. Already a big holding penalty that almost killed the drive and points. Gets beat immediately by Latu, and we get sacked. Got some wheels. Let's see if we can get Polk, maybe. It's going to be a pretty good throw to Patton. It's going to make it an interesting 4th and 1 call. I don't want to lose points. But at the same time, do you not trust in your line? Left side looks pretty clean to me. We're taking it. Oh, I thought he wasn't going to block. Stevenson, instead of the 1st down, goes for the touchdown. For a split second there, I thought they were going to let him in free. We're going to get blown up, turnover on downs. Instead, the decision was a good one. We get more than the 1st down. We get a score. Huge play. Ramondre slipping off a tackle to finish that run for the score. Big play. A 3-yard gainer would end the 1st quarter 7-0. Not the most ideal first drive, but finished out with score. Putting Ramondre up to 3 on the season on the ground, touchdowns-wise. A couple of mistakes with the holding penalty, and obviously Blackwell also then giving up a free rush to Latu. Ooh, nice move, but it's not going to matter as they're going to find a wide open Josh Downs for a huge 1st down. Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. Haven't seen him involved yet. And it's a pretty good timing play. What is that angle by McKenzie? Good tackle by Gonzalez. A huge play for Pittman. Gives them another 1st down through the air. Tell me I'm wrong so far about, defending the short pass. So far, it seems like a pretty damn good decision if you ask me. Barmore, out there's Jelani. It's not the best play I've ever seen, but a 4-yard play stop. Something tells me Dial should have a pretty good chance here. And for good reason, as Jelani Tavai didn't even realize it was him on Josh Downs. Huge mismatch, gets beat immediately for another 1st down. 1st downs, some would argue. I don't think anyone will argue that, actually. Another blitz. I feel like Taylor's, it's time for him to get involved. Nope. Another drag. This time it's still 4 yards, though. I was about to say, this time we actually have it covered a little bit more. I mean, if we're tight on a drag like that and they're still gaining 4, it's not good. And we're in coverage. Oh, my God. Shot to the knee. Ojulari brings down another quarterback. Look at the spins. Campbell celebrating. Ojulari with the sack. 3rd and 11. Big 3rd down. Oh, it's a perfect throw. Huge hit, but doesn't finish it. That's a dot. Absolute dime by Anthony Richardson into the end zone. It must have been another linebacker. Dawson Knox, obviously, with athleticism. And it's actually not. It's Jabril Peppers. That is a crazy beat one-on-one. And the Colts will tie it up. Bolden on the return. Is not going to get blocks. Really good juke move to gain an extra 3 to the 26-yard line, though. All right, our offense has been really slow this game, but it has scored regardless. So if we can, drain the entire clock here and make this the last drive. What a play for Douglas. Great route. But to say last drive of the half, Buckner injured. Don't know if that's going to happen, though, as the first play we get all the way to the 49-yard line. This looks like zone coverage. It's kind of hard to tell, but it looks like zone coverage. And with that, we like stick because Faulkner will be wide open for 9. We're going to go into the chew clock. 42-yard line. I mean, I think the way you play this, you could still get most of the clock, if not all of it, down. And we're not trying to go for the home run play here. We just want the first down, get more clock going. I do like stick again here. Yeah, I don't like the run. They've got so many bodies up. It's a great throw as Polk will get almost a first down. Off tackle. 2nd and inches. As Ramondre don't want that many yards. Like I said, we're playing it a little, maybe too cautiously, but we're going to get this thing to the 2-minute right now. Let's run the ball again. Of course, we're not going to want to chew clock as much anymore. Nice play for Stevenson. Gains about 6. But if I like the look, I'm going to run it. Got some players moving around here. We got time. I'm not too worried about it. We got plenty of time. There goes Patton. We can't get the throw off. Oh, man. They didn't even bring that many to be getting that kind of rush. They brought 4, and we just didn't block them. We got these short routes. See if Faulkner wants to do something. Douglas, wide open. Very clutch on 3rd down to the 13-yard line. Once again, not hurrying up. Clock is not my problem. But I will say the clock's still running a bit. There's no way he's chasing Polk. I thought we had a touchdown to Patton. He's chasing Polk because he realizes no one's on him and still somehow sees the ball coming out. No one open. That could have been picked. That's scary. All right, we're going to go to our, I wouldn't even say bread and butter, but the play that's kind of worked for us lately. We're going to go to that corner strike. Nah, there's no way. We're going to throw it back to Douglas, who's, it's just not going to happen. They're going to call a timeout. Even though we didn't get a touchdown, we played that really well. Wasted the majority of the clock. Sure, they still have a chance, but it's not as good of a chance. We're looking pretty good to have a lead into half. They played it pretty well. The way they passed off Polk, but still kind of covered him deep. It was sort of a double team. I wasn't feeling it. And I know you're supposed to kind of play this conservatively, but I think if you can get a sack early, you kill their entire, plan. And that's not going to happen here, but it could be worse, I suppose. Oh, we got to play some zone here. I don't like the situation. I didn't get the freaking QB contain. Oh, please. Good D by McKenzie. Should have been picked, but we've seen the guy drop wide open picks, so I don't blame him. The wide open picks, I do blame him, but you know what I mean. You're missing wide open picks. I can't really expect you to catch a freaking contested one with a big giant 6'4" dude on you. He's not used to... Oh, what a throw. One-handed, goes out of bounds as well. That hurts. How does he catch this? That's crazy. He literally stabs it. And this is why, I wanted to waste as much clock as I could, because, look how fast they're moving down the field. Pushing them deep. Oh, that's a bad decision. Really wish he would have caught that. 1 timeout left. They still have, a chance to maybe take a shot. Whereas if they get caught in bounds there, they're going to have to waste that last timeout kick. Not an easy field goal. Oh, we get switched. They're going to switch the wrong guy, but you know what I mean. Well, they've created a chip shot field goal. Josh Downs, 80 yards in the first half, isn't great for us either. Unfortunately, we're going to leave with 3 timeouts, so I didn't use any on that last drive. Don't need them. All because we couldn't block. Freaking Patton would have had that catch, maybe even a touchdown, at least a first down. Instead, it's 10-all at halftime. It's a pretty good game. 10-all. Both teams playing pretty well. There hasn't been any turnovers. Just, a punt from them. And obviously, we get the ball at half. So, really clean possessions for the most part. Could come down to who has the ball last when it's all said and done. Let's take a look at the Saints and the Buccaneers. A little bit of a division battle here. A 3-5 Saints team now after winning 16-10 over the Buccaneers, who threw 2 interceptions with Baker Mayfield. Then you have the Jets and the Packers, a big one. Basically the same team. Don't know who's who. Jets win 31-14. Big game there, and they move on to 4-4. Looking at the other games, the Dolphins also win, and then the Bills also win. So, as of right now, everyone but us in the division has won this week, with the Cardinals and Niners still yet to play. Madre Stevenson on the ground, 4th and 1, meaning everything right now. We would be down if not for that conversion to the touchdown. What a throw there. And we have a second half where it is all tied up. Running the ball inside hasn't really worked, but I think we got to get back to it. And then defending short, I still think is viable. Return for Bolden. Damn, that acceleration was pretty bad. Harper, who is just so bad at blocking because he's tiny. That's the dangers. Harper's a good return man, but because he sucks at blocking, if it doesn't go to him, it's a GG. Stevenson, who only has 3 rushing touchdowns in the season, does also have the most receiving touchdowns in the league at 5. You're going to go with a motion here. I'm going to start out with the pass play as they really, once again, don't want us to run the ball. I'm taking what I can get. So far, what I can get is not a whole lot as Douglas gets a bit extra, 9 yards. Going to look for something a little deeper. It is scary. It's like, oh, this is the down you go for it on. Yeah, but if you get sacked, then it's a 3rd and long, That's a pretty good throw. It's a little behind him, but Patton will catch it to the 50. He's been pretty open all game long. Good to see someone consistently getting open. They're giving us single across the board here, but I still got to take the run, I think. We'll try to cut it back inside, and we get nothing. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to me that this team is, as good as they are, really, at defending the run. Gonna have to take it last second as Polk catches it. Blasted is Drake May right as he's throwing, but we still get it out for 5. The fact that I might have to double team Latu is scary to me. And that's going to be in behind. Really good defense. Should have thrown a pole. Kind of panicked it because I saw a rush come in. Punted from the 45. Hurt so much. And the punt is good, but I don't think it's good enough. Oh, it was so close. Should have played it safer because that's literally a 25-yard punt. Who gives a damn? That really sucks. We're coming up with Peppers, which we needed to. Terrible run defense, giving up 9.5. Bringing in Dial on the blitz. Dialing up the blitz. Oh, and he's got room, but he fumbles. Oh, that would have been a big play. Instead, it's a fresh set of downs. We're a little up there. One-on-one tackle, gamble, huge gamble. 3-yard gain for Taylor. Involving the ground a little bit more in this second half. That's why I don't mind playing the short pass. You got to get up a little bit for those. Good help over the middle. That's not the over the middle I was even talking about. To the 44-yard line, another first down goes the Colts. 3 tight ends looking like a run. Honestly, the run is really the best chance we have to stop because we've had no pressure all game long. And he gets to the edge. Good defense by Peppers, only a gain of 2. We're struggling. We are struggling. Can we get in there, though? Nice hit. Give me a gain of 6. 3rd and 2. I think you come with it all. You bring that heat. You hope the press is good enough. Oh, my God. It's really good when you're offside. And it's going to be a run. We're too slow to the punch. First down. Back to the blitz again. You got to be careful, though, because nobody's on Taylor if this is a pass play, which it is. We miss, and it's going to be behind enough to where Gonzalez is going to catch it, and that's going to be another injury for us. Cobb injured. Roberson comes in. The amount of DTs we need to operate is kind of scary. So many damn DTs. Could be contained in case he tries to take off. And another quick throw. Finally, we force one out, though. Peppers knocks it out. Forced that one a little too hard. Abdominal tear for Cobb. Sweet. Another rookie year sort of ruined. Roberson's got another chance at this thing. Oh, good defense. I can't believe they wrapped him up so cleanly. 4-yard gain, 3rd and 6. We're only bringing 4 on 3rd down. Playing the shallows. We need to get in there. Good push by Barmore. Gonzalez knocks it out late. We'll force another field goal. Wow, that was a really good timing throw, and Mitchell couldn't hold on. Gonzalez punched that out, pulled it out, and thankfully we're not having to come back from 7, as this has been a pretty damn good drive for them. The pressure would be really mounting. 3's still enough, but it's a bit less pressure on the other side here. Bolden on the return is not going to get many blocks again to the 25. Got a lot of players here. I want that quick look. See if we can get something. Douglas. First down, not first down, but 5 yards on first down. We love a good inside zone, but I got to say this season we have not run the inside zone super successfully. And there we go, a little bit better. About 4-3. Inside zone again. This time Mitchell has got speed. You just need an initial block. And the speed actually working out pretty well. A little too conservative. Trying to bounce it all the way left and kind of ran into our own guy. All right, got a lot of pieces here. 5 receivers out. I mean, I'm going to take what I can get. They're giving me a couple of short inside looks. I'm going to take them. 4th quarter, down 3. 2nd and 2, very manageable situation. Drake May, a little bit of pressure this game. Really not seeing the receivers open enough. Both quarterbacks taking a little bit of a pounding. It's a bit of a low-scoring game, though. Defenses are definitely coming alive here. 2nd and 2, run to the right. I cannot believe that they just let Buckner win the double team as a non-superstar or X-Factor. Our offensive line has been terrible so far. 3rd and 4. Faulkner. What a catch. I mean, they obviously try to bait with the safety, but the safety was a little too late. All it comes down to is, can you hit the throw and then have the catch? And we did. Those 2 questions answered, and you got yourself a first down, baby. And Patton about to throw it to him. We brought an extra blocker. 6 blockers, still getting beat instantly. 2nd down screen, we almost never do this. Hopefully it'll catch him off guard. If not, this is going to be really bad on 3rd and long. And we can't even get the ball off. This Cobb guy, or whoever the hell it is, I'm calling him Cobb, their young DT is unbelievable. He's literally Aaron Donald. I mean, they're not even blocking him. He just runs in free. It's Carr. All right, corner strike. We know Polk. We know Polk well. See if we get some time. Really don't get any time, but it's Polk. Not going to have it. 4th and 17, had the punt. Their defense has been unbelievable. Punt is pretty good. I would let this go, and they do. Please go to bounds. Wow, to the 2. Our punter could save this game for us. Call me crazy. I think you run commit here. That's what a run commit looks like around here. That's a touchdown. Run commit up the middle, and then he just gashes us up the middle for the game winner. Wow. This is what a run commit looks like. Up the middle. They all crash the exact same spot. Oh my, dude. That is pathetic. Still 6 minutes left, but I mean, it's not great that we didn't score the last drive and we gave up an instant score after pinning them. It's going to be a little behind them. Wow. Is there something I'm actually doing wrong that every pass is behind the receiver, even when we lead them? Polk. Ball's in front of him, at least. 17-yard play. Shell across, 5 receivers. Usually we don't find an opening on these. Polk wide open. Great catch. It says it was a bad throw, but it looks good to me, and he's still going to the 18-yard line. And then Polk's injured. Of course he is. And he's going to the locker room. This is fantastic. Patton one-on-one on the outside. Let's see what they want to do. They are going to come up. Great cutback. Try to set up the blocks to get that outside. He was going to push outside if we didn't cut in and couldn't get it back out. Hamstring tear. I didn't know that was located in your lower back. Sweet. Considering a pulled hamstring is usually like multiple weeks, is that going to be a season? That's a really bad decision. Into triple coverage, Faulkner. We got to make something happen here. We got to figure it out. See if they bring the heat. Stevenson. Drops it wide open. That's a GG. Oh, my God. Way to kick a field goal. Field goal's up and good. I can't believe Stevenson just dropped a wide open first down. Like, one way or another, we're going to need that touchdown. So, you know, that field goal, it helps, but it doesn't mean a whole lot because you still need that touchdown at some point. Jelani, 1-on-1. Ooh, he loses. He's in the zone. That is huge. Can't really say Taylor's even had a good game either. It's just wide open blocking on a 98-yard run. I thought it was a fullback screen. I don't know why. Wide open over the middle. Dawson Knox has been unguardable. We've had cornerbacks on him half the game, and they can't cover him. Imagine we had linebackers. It'd be over. We're not on the running back. That could have been PI. I was trying to go to the running backs. That's where I thought he was throwing to. We got lucky, but also unlucky because it could have been picked. Somebody just come up with a play here. They're just like slightly out of range. We got to play over the middle, though. Like right over the middle has been so deadly. Oh, he's actually going to throw it here. Huge hit by Beasley. Gains a few yards. I think you got to come with the blitz. Come with mid. It's so hit or miss. Can't believe nobody's on Dawson. And Anthony Richardson's going to get away. I had to step up because Dawson's not being covered. And because of that, I can't get back to Peppers in time to potentially protect. I was going to run the edge as an overload if the running back blocked, which he did. And instead, didn't have the time because I can't trust any of my guys to just do what I'm telling them to do. And, yeah, sweet. Massive first down. That might be the game. Can't get him on the drag. I can't believe how fast he is. We catch him to the 6. Defense has been pretty ass. 5 wide in this situation. I don't understand. I really don't. I hope we freaking force a fumble here. Almost a delay a game. And it's, I mean, it's just, we can't guard him. We just can't guard him. All right, our best wide receiver's out. We're down by 14 with slightly over 2 minutes left to play. Patton's open enough. It's a really good throw and dropped because he gets blasted. Not sure why he felt the need to have the longest catch animation in the human history, but that's fine. Screen pass, nobody's on it. We stay in bounds because it's the 2-minute warning. So it went out of bounds anyways, though. Drake May, not even a bad game, just we haven't scored. We just don't score. Plenty of mistakes, and ultimately just really good defense by the Colts. I mean, I'm kind of forced into Baker there is... The internal clock's kind of ticking away there. See if Patton wants to make a big play for us. That is a terrible route. That should have been picked off. Terrible throw, terrible route. Polk is a very important player. Let's see if they're going to let us have something. Over the middle. It's a great throw and drop by Patton. That's crazy. I mean, don't get me wrong. The ball's slightly overthrown, but that's crazy. Not converting that is insane to me. Douglas, the clutchest man on the freaking team. Clock is ticking, though, and hurry-ups usually drain that even further. I think considering the clock, I got to freaking go route this. Come on. It's a tall guy. And did he drop that? I mean, Brent's got his hand in there, but should not have not been caught. I mean, this is 2 hands versus 1. Like, catch it, dude. Bunch verts. Don't want to waste those timeouts if I can. And I was just going to take the shot. I think I got to get out of the mindset of... because we know onside kicks are so low. That's why it's in my mind. We got to get out of the mindset of saving timeouts because we're not even going to have a chance to even kick the onside, if not for it. What a throw. Dropped. Don't get me wrong. The coverage has been unbelievable, but we got to catch these passes when they're in our hands. And Drake May's going to have to take a hit. Does. We're going to have to call a timeout. I mean, it sucks because we know onside kicks are so low percentage, but at the end of the day, we're not going to have enough time if we don't. We'll at least have a chance with an onside kick. So we get these guys intersecting. And he drops it. It's another great throw by Drake May, who's getting sold all day long. The amount of drops we've had in this game, though, like that's not even really a drop, but, you know, it's still in the hands of the receiver. You got to make the play. Got to take that. It's a perfect throw. Baker, touchdown. Beautiful play, but that timeout being gone, it might be everything. The moment you lose that 3rd timeout, and especially in the clock situation like this, you know, you're asking for it. But what can you do? All right, let's see it. Onside kick. Kick some power. It goes right to... Oh, he handles it one-handed. Huge boom hit, but no fumble. And we're going to lose the game 27-20. That is 3 straight losses in a row. And I can't say, oh, we're playing too safe because we don't want to throw more picks with May. We've thrown really crazy passes in this one, taking a lot of shots. We're dropping the ball. We're not playing defense. And we're not scoring points, simply put. And then, of course, it's going to only get worse as Polk seems to be out significant time. Our center seems to be out significant time. Our DT seems to be out significant time. And we're just getting worse. 4-3 now, and we're more injured than ever. Colts a 2-4 win, and we're still looking for answers. And here it is, a 20-27 loss to the Indianapolis Colts. I mean, they're not 2-4 bad on paper, especially when Anthony Richardson wants to play like he just did. But yeah, it's definitely not the game that we thought we were going to lose. We definitely thought we were going to win that game, and we didn't. And it obviously sucks when you do drop said game. Of course, Blackwell was pretty awful. He did pick it up a little bit in the second half, but the receivers are kind of struggling to get open, and it was taking a little bit longer to get those passes out, and because of that, we had the pressure. Stevenson dropping the ball was pretty big, when he dropped it, in 3rd and 7, and, we had a couple of blown plays where the pass rush got in instantly. Completion percentage for Drake May looks so bad here, but how many passes were dropped? It's going to show a lot. Of course, Stevenson, he had like 3 yards rushing in the second half. And it's because they wouldn't let us run, and we got down so often. As far as drops go, we had Patton with 2, Baker with 1, Stevenson with 1. And I think there was more than that, if we're going to be real. Douglas, 69 yards, Polk, 67, Patton, 65. I mean, everyone pretty much got involved equally. And then we look at the defense. Willie Carr with a sack. They had, 2 sacks total, but obviously they were pressuring us all game long. But now for the moment of truth, how bad are these injuries? I also don't know what to do with pass rush because we're still... Oh my God, 3 injuries. We're still behind the deadline here, but without trading significant capital, we're not going to be able to get a true difference maker on the D-line. So I don't know what to think, but here's these injuries. Oh, no. Our bye week's already over, and Jalen Polk is injured for 6 games. I mean, it's literally like last season. It's, again, another season where Polk is injured. This is literally Michael Thomas. You can't tell me this isn't Michael Thomas. Not the fastest guy. Almost same in height. Really good route running and release, especially on slants. And great hands, and always injured. That's crazy. That is crazy. Suppose Virgil gets a chance to step up to the big leagues, lose some more linemen. It's bad. It's bad. We got to probably make a trade for somebody somewhere. But at the same time, you lose a guy like Polk for as long as you do. Is it even worth trading the capital? You might actually have, a non-playoff level pick, which is like, Yarborough. We're going to have to look into this a little bit because there's some options here. Some wide receiver options. Yarborough, I'm curious to see what he looks like from the Falcons. And here is Justin Yarborough, 6'3", has aggressive catch, but none of the other catches, and his injury's low, so why would I want him? If I wanted injury-prone players, I'd just look within. As far as, getting a brand-new pass rusher goes, I'm not really seeing it. Uche is the guy that we'd be looking to replace, and he's, in the top 15 here, pretty much, top 20, based on overall alone. So how do you replace a guy that other teams would want to replace their guys with? So I don't know what to do here, because unless we're overpaying for somebody, I don't see how the hell we're going to be able to upgrade this edge at all. Joey Bosa. Do you trade for a Joey Bosa type? Star dev only now, so it's not really worth it. I don't want to pay too much money, but this star dev, maybe you can get him for a 3rd-round pick if you're really lucky, if the Chargers are struggling. They're like, hey, we'll take a 3rd-round pick. I don't know if a 3rd-round pick's even worth it, though. Should have maybe just started Mac if we're really struggling that much and see if he can do it. See if he can turn things around for us. Right outside linebacker seems to be a whole lot of not edge rushers. Yeah, I mean, outside of maybe getting Bosa, which they're going to probably want a fortune for, I don't think we're going to be able to make a play. They have no trade packages, so they're like, hey, nothing you can give us is good enough. Which I don't know if that's true. I think we have a lot of great players. Logan Hall, who we just got. And then you have, it's just not going to happen. It just won't. I mean, just to put it into perspective, where Logan Hall, Nick Cross, and a 4th-round pick are, it's not even close. I mean, you're going to need at least a 1st round here. There's no way to give up a 1st-round pick for Joey Bosa. I mean, even at this point, it seems like a 1st round might not even go. It looks like a 1st and a 4th with these 2 players. That's not worth it. I think we're going to have to go past the deadline with grabbing no new players. Maybe we'll look for a DT, I suppose. We have Roberson, but obviously we've had our whole D-line injured before, so we might need one more player if we can. You just can't even get any trade. Javon Hargrave, who's 33 years old, normal dev, he's about to retire. They won't take Anthony Jennings and a 5th-round pick for him, and it says they literally need a left end. Then the trade deadline might be a lost cause. I mean, even this, 24-year-old Nick Cross with all the athleticism in the world and potential, and they won't take it. It's just, I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't. I don't see a world where this trade ever goes through without me overpaying by a mile. I looked up and down rosters for some sort of viable trade option, and I personally did not see it. However, I seen in free agency Terrace Marshall, a 6'2" wide receiver with a little bit of speed. Kind of fits how most of our wide receivers are built, was a free agent, and I was like, you know what, this will be good wide receiver depth while Polk is out, unless we're going to make a big splash through trading, a first or a second round pick, maybe both for a wide receiver. I just don't think it's a viable option, which really, Patton, he's played pretty well so far. Baker at once upon a time was projected to be the number 2 long term, and then obviously Demario Douglas is great. Faulkner's great, Stevenson's great. I think this is fine. I think we'll be fine with the roster we have. And then defensively, Ojulari's been pretty good. Uche hasn't been great, but if Uche or Mack isn't good enough to play edge, who will be? If I make a trade for some big name edge rusher, it's going to cost even more than that first and second that we talked about. And unless we're going to trade off like Peppers, which teams probably don't want too much, I just don't think it's going to happen. The trade block, the trade deadline, it gets really expensive, and I just don't think it's worth it. So with that being said, we are moving on to Week 9 against the Baltimore Ravens. We have a defensive coordinator storyline and a strategy session storyline. Let's take a quick look at the players of the week, see if we had one, see if the Ravens had one, see what we're kind of dealing with here. We did not have one, the Ravens did not have one, but look at TJ Watt, cook. Before we do those storylines, though, we're going to take a look at how the Ravens look. Obviously, Lamar Jackson is as good as ever, super fast, great throwing accuracies and whatnot. Barkley is the starting running back of the Ravens, of course. Derrick Henry is actually still a free agent as we speak. 91 speed, 90 excel, 90 agility. Pretty good balance around the, every rating except for maybe spin move, okay at catching. Rookie fullback. Wide receiver, you have Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman. Looks like Zay Flowers has actually developed into a pretty damn good player. Probably would start Tez Walker at 3 if I was them. And just to prove how hard, well, I can't really prove it anymore, it's past the deadline, but just to kind of prove how hard it is to trade for players, I tried to offer them a 3rd round pick for Tez Walker, which even that is a reach. They wouldn't take it. 6'2", 94 speed. I was like, you know what? He's had 30 yards in 3 seasons for them so far. I think they should be willing to trade him. Nope. They do not want to trade him for the price we want. It's kind of crazy, but receivers are actually pretty good for once in Baltimore, and Mark Andrews is still here, looking at left tackle. Still really good, but obviously about to retire, in my opinion. Salyer's all right. Linderbaum's one of the best. Right guard is really not a mobile guy. You would hope that our guy, especially, Barmore, can maybe finesse past him. And then Rosengarten at right tackle is getting there. He's developing. Madubuike is a problem, especially in the run defense. Sam Williams is playing the wrong scheme. Torrey Sheard, super strong rookie DT with a lot of potential, looking pretty good actually. Away as the edge is pretty good. Roquan Smith's amazing. Trenton's super speedy. Adisa Isaac on the other side. Cornerback 1 is Marlon Humphreys, regressing, but he's still amazing. Nate Wiggins is only progressing. Cornerback 3 is pretty solid. Free safety's great. Kyle Hamilton's one of the best. Special teams are pretty good too. This is a really good Baltimore Ravens team. They could use some upgrades on the offensive line, I suppose, but there really isn't many weaknesses besides that. And it's why I wanted to look at their roster before we went into this, because, I want to see if what they're saying is true. Their offense has an advantage against our D-line, or our defensive overall, which I can't really, deny. Our defense has actually played pretty poorly. Let's see what they have to say about it. So what is our plan going to be? Our DTs need to tackle better. Our DBs need to be more play better. DNs need to get off blocks. Yeah, that's probably the one. Get better block sheds. Try to stop the run, which the Baltimore Ravens are going to do. And in general, just get to the QB. We got to get off the ball. That's really all I can say. All right, so they're saying that our scheme, we should be able to run the ball well on them. What do we think? 125 rushing yards or 2 rushing touchdowns? I honestly think both are really tough for us to get. We have really struggled to run the ball, and I don't know if I necessarily agree with their assessment of being able to run it on their defense. They've got decent edge. They've got Madubuike, and they got 2 really athletic linebackers, Roquan specifically, who is really good. 125 rushing yards is going to be tough, but if we can at least win, stop this losing streak, that would be great as it's on its own. I honestly think both sides of the ball, we're going to be looking to stop the run, and we're going to look to attack with the run. Their run defense apparently statistically is bad, so we're going to put it to the test. Let's see if our guys are right. Got a couple of upgrades, thankfully, to our wide receivers, as these guys are the ones that took the biggest blow for their teammate. Well, that sounds sus as hell, but you know what I mean. The wide receiver room took the biggest blow, and we need these guys to be as good as possible. Not a great upgrade, but his deep accuracy is definitely going to be loving that, or deep route running is going to be loving that. And then Javon Baker, another obvious playmaker upgrade. Thrust back into the starting lineup. Really nice upgrade here. Actually went up 2 overalls, if I'm not mistaken. 4 to release, 3 to short route, 2 to spec. That's an upgrade. Yeah, that's really good. He is sick. It's just, you know, he's been injured a lot. And Patton, I like the size. Speaking of sick, I know the feeling. I'm struggling. I'm dealing with stuff, and I don't like it. It's like there's a timeline for this. It started with a sore throat. It's starting to subside a little bit. Now it's nose issues, and my head hurts. I don't know, dude. Maybe it's COVID. Who freaking knows these days? But what I do know is it's crazy that this isn't a primetime game. Of course, we're 4-3. We've fallen apart a little bit, but these are two teams you would assume can and likely will meet again if the postseason is in each of their respective futures. Instead, it's going to be like it's another game, right? 7-1 Ravens. We were at one point undefeated. We've slid a little bit. They didn't know that. They didn't project that. But yeah, this Baltimore Ravens team, this would be a crazy team to get back into it with. As, yeah, we've lost 3 in a row. We've lost 3 in a row. The Ravens are, I mean, assumingly on a win streak. They've only lost 1 game after all. We're at home. We almost, I wouldn't say have nothing to lose, but people aren't expecting us to win, right? You know, you have Polk out with, you know, fresh injury. You have a bunch of other players injured, like Onwenu. You're playing against a better team. We're playing poorly. The pressure should be off. It really should be. If no one expects you to win, you've only got everything to prove that you can win. That's really all you can do. You can't really, like, let anyone down, even though the fan base can be, as we're going to take down the return man to the 28-yard line, Tyler Lockett. A little surprised that he's returning the ball, as he has significantly regressed in speed. He's probably still viable underneath and good at catching and getting open, but pure speed, it's not there. Lamar Jackson, 15 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 2,200 yards. It's actually pretty good, considering you expect him to kind of just win games. You don't really care what his actual stat line is. You know, maybe you have 1,000 rushing yards in the year with like 10 touchdowns, or all the touchdowns that go to the running back. They just want to win. They don't really care about stats around here. It's all about, you know, just getting touchdowns for the team, as we're going to start out with a really nice run defense play. Apparently, it's only a loss of 1, but it's still a loss, and that's what matters. We also have been letting QBs scramble a little bit on us, so going against the ultimate weapon at running as a quarterback is not fun for me. Barkley only gaining 2 there, putting him at 1 positive net yard gained. We now see ourselves in a 3rd and 9 situation. I want to blitz, but at the same time, it's kind of working. Us just playing like, oh my god, I guess to be fair, Tyler Lockett is slower. Over the middle, and well, doesn't matter whether Tyler Lockett's slow or not, as Dial gets beat on that outside. Zay Flowers is a problem. We're going to be bringing the blitz here. See how they want to play. They've been running the ball a lot. Our slot corner is not going with him, by the way. Our slot corner is not going with him, by the way. I'm not really sure why, but massive first down at the 25-yard line. Defenses really struggle to get off the field, and those struggles seemingly are continuing this week, which doesn't surprise anyone because we're against the freaking Ravens. Put that outside. You got to be careful, and he is going to take that. I kind of lost track of him, but it's a pretty good chase down. Still going to gain 8. Didn't really realize how far out he was there. I thought he was kind of running like more short, kind of like a bubble RPO type of depth. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. I can't believe how far Gamble is off of his guy. Thank you for moving up, even though I had to do it. Oh, it's a bad decision. No, it's not. It's a freaking read option. The blocks are perfect. Lamar dives into the end zone. Baltimore scores in the first drive. I don't know why we're hesitating. Somebody should just gun it after Lamar. Follow the ball. Just follow the ball. Beasley had a chance there too. Couldn't get it. McKenzie got smoked down the field blocking-wise. And the Baltimore Ravens are going to score that touchdown. Harper on the return from the 35-yard line. They kick it. Harper going to damn near match where they kicked it on the other side to the 33-yard line. Drake May getting coached up here. It's important. We have played worse as a whole. I can't really even blame Drake May. There's been a lot of just bad blocking, receivers not getting open, and just, you know, bad offense in general. It's really not been Drake May. It's been some missed throws here and there, but it's been a lot of just lack of getting open. And we're going to throw to Baker right away, who's going to use a little bit of speed to gain about 6. Could have maybe waited for Faulkner, but I've learned a little bit that we should just take what's there. If you take what's there, you're pretty much guaranteed to gain something, right? Let's move it to the left, even though we don't have the tight end over here. Our lineman, oh, wow, look at Stevenson. They're going to call forward progress, a gain of 1. Our lineman is, like, late to the party somehow. Like, you're the pulling guard and you're behind us. What are you doing? I'm not really sure what we're doing here. Let's run the ball again. This time we're not going to get too fancy. We're just going to run it straight at Roquan, who will get beat. Damn, that's Stevenson. Going to hurry up to the line, though, and audible this. See if we can get... That's not what I wanted. Patton on the outside. It's a great throw. Solid catch. Solid route for 4. Keep them on their toes. Last week, 4 for 65. The efficiency's there. Just need a little more volume. All right, don't have many linebackers. Could be a quick throw to Faulkner if they actually bring Roquan. They will not. We're going to go straight to Ramondre, who for some reason spins, fights everyone on their team, and gains 5.5 total. Going to go back to Stevenson, 3rd and inches. I mean, it's pretty hard for him to not at least gain a yard. And we actually did go for the long play. We hesitated a little bit, but we tried to go out there. Patton on the outside. Maybe could win with another short out there. We're going to go over to Mr. Baker, who's going to get himself a nice 12, 13-yarder on first down. Their defense is looking pretty bad so far, which is good for us. Our offense is usually not open ever, and it takes a while to get there when we are. Oh, I can't believe that guy missed. Ramondre gets popped, but gains 7. We're going to go with stick on 3rd and 3. They're going to give Faulkner a wide open look. We're going to take that look for 16 yards. Well, not 16, but to the 16-yard line. Double out with the running back on the inside. This route usually doesn't go super well for us. Douglas on that outside. It's a pretty good throw. Gains 4. And that will end the first quarter. Not a whole lot of incompletions for either side, and we're actually moving the ball pretty efficiently right now. We're not, getting the big play, but no more Polk. Trying to play it safe. We're taking what the defense is giving us. We're going to be looking at kind of a heavy formation with Keaton Mitchell in on the play. And really good cutback. Gains about 5. Double slant. We'll see how they play this. If it's zone, if it's man coverage, we should... I don't know. Should we be fun? It's going to be a tough one. And Douglas just straight up drops it. I don't like that. Let's go fullback dive. It's a good throw. I don't think it was late. I think it was pretty on time. See if Pat Ricard's got it in him. And not by much, but barely gets it. They got a little bit of a push there. All the concepts they were giving me were like 15-yard type plays. Like, give me something short enough to actually like try and move the ball. And this is going to be, yeah, that's going to be picked off. Kyle Hamilton, perfect coverage. He somehow turns around in time, even though he's following a tight end breaking outside. Somehow turns around in time. Bad decision. Felt the pressure. No one else was open. I thought we were going to be able to time that to the outside. Our tight end ran way too deep. He thought he was running a streak, realized the out-of-bounds line was there, decided to come for the out route late, and that timing play did not work. Perfect coverage, though, so, I mean, outside of a throwaway, that was the only somewhat open route. Be careful of that run game. We really don't have much support on the inside here. And, yeah, I mean, we're trying to cover our guy. Nice hit, but Flowers is wide open. It begins. Our defense struggling to cover anybody, and our offense turning the ball over. Trying to get over there. Good tackle, but still Bateman's going to gain about 5. Lack of pressure has really been the big key, though. Let me bring in a little bit of heat here, speaking of. I'm going to try to, at least. And we're on Andrews. That will be, a decent little stop. 3rd and 3 now after the 2-yarder. You're running press man. We got to get in there. If they're running back blocks, Mapu is coming. Somebody should get open if that's the case. And outside, a nice knockout. I don't like the angle that he was at. Would have been a tough pick. Good stop, Gonzalez with the swat. But now the offense has to come back out there and explain why we threw a pick. I think we all know why. But let's have the media figure it out. Patton go route. I mean, he's fast. He's tall if it's there. I mean, why not? He's kind of there. It's a perfect throw, and he beats Marlon Humphrey to the 23. I mean, how many times have we actually seen us beat over top? Like, never. Patton does just enough to make us trust it. That throw is a perfect ball. And the risk is finally paid off. Beautiful play. That better be the longest in the air pass completion we have all year, which I know after saying it, it depresses me too. I don't know what you want me to say. Let's go to Stevenson. Not a great throw, but he'll gain 6. The freaking out always looks so great, but then it's just not. As Douglas, I mean, I don't know where he's running. 5 yards gain, sweet, but overruns the hell out of that play. Looking at the jet sweep. I never actually stick with it, though. I mean, I do, and that's the problem, but I'm not going to, at least. I mean, they're going to give me the underneath drag. I've got to take it every time. I have no choice. Is an option route. I do like this, but you know, how can I trust Patton to make the right call? And Drake May's going to run in for the touchdown. There you go. Spread them out with the 5 wide, and, you know, if the D-line doesn't do its job, which they almost did, he almost got off in time to stop us. Damn, that neck is about to freaking snap. You know, they give up the scramble, and that's exactly what happened. Looking around, they actually covered it pretty well, but, you know, they're looking at their guys instead of looking at the QB, and we scramble. 2-minute warning, 2nd and 7 from the 27-yard line. We get ball at half, too, so, I mean, as long as, you know, we don't give up a touchdown, and then we get the ball back, and they give up another touchdown, we're, you know, on par to at least tie it. Oh, my God, our guy just died. Both touchdowns in the game, though, rushing by the quarterbacks. And pretty good coverage. Jelani's not there quick enough to knock it out, though. Gain of 6. The Ravens are going to call one of their timeouts. I personally don't see it being useful. They could have easily just kept doing what they're doing. They're kind of moving the ball pretty well. But, hey, we'll take it. Good press. I mean, there's too many guys to cover. I don't know why our guy isn't containing that outside, but that's fine. To the 50. Might have to do a little bit of man coverage here as zone clearly isn't working. Oh, that's a pretty good coverage play. Is that ball pickable? It is! McKenzie running the route for the guy. No block. Slips off the tackle. I really wish Gamble would have got a block there, but McKenzie doing a pretty good job on that return. McKenzie running the route for the receiver. I'm not really sure why he forced it, but we will take that. Defense finally getting greedy. McKenzie with the interception. He's got, look at the way he dives for it. I mean, it's literally like a DB trying to, you know, knock down a catch from a receiver. Already got a play action slide. And we waited a long time. It's a pretty difficult throw to catch, but he should catch it. Actually had some time to throw for once. Decided to deliver. Missed it by an inch. And every time you let the DT just come in untouched, that's what's going to happen. And they're telling me, like, hey, run the ball. No, I think you need to try and get this first down just so they don't have another chance. It's going to be a tough throw. And it is a dot! What a throw by Drake May. Douglas, toe tap, redemption. Beautiful. And they're going to booth review this. I wouldn't blame them. That left foot was close. It was close. What a throw. Rolled a little bit to buy some time. Threw it across the field. And it's just a beauty. Right foot is, of course, down. Left foot drags it. That's a first down. That's a huge first down. What a throw. That is so clutch. That is a clutch play. Go back to the screen pass, see if we can actually get this out there. We actually get a little bit of time to throw this. Pick up the blocks. Oh, my God. The pancake. Stevenson. Running to the 34. Huge play on the screen pass. 3 for 41 for Mr. Ramondre. We knew the goal that was set up was going to be tough, but we also knew that it was going to be tough no matter which one you chose, so really went with both there. And that's why you wait. Oh, what a catch by Baker. It apparently wasn't a good throw. What a juke move there. I don't think clock's that big of a problem, assuming this isn't going to, like, run on us. Oh, why is it taking 20 seconds to go 20 yards down the field? That is so painful. Wasted opportunity here. I hope we can make it count by just scoring anyways. It'd be great. And that's a tough catch. Wanted a quick throw in there. I have a chance. All right, here we go. Fade for Patton. I mean, they're on this. Pretty good play by the safety. If not, Patton has a really good chance at the jumper there. It's going to be a 1-second field goal. I can't believe it takes 20 seconds. That's how long they think it takes to move 20 yards. 1 yard a second. That's what NFL players run. That's it. Okay. 1 yard a second. That's basically what they think. Yeah, that's like a toddler's speed. And that's without motivation. You know, you give them like a cookie at the end of that, and they're running faster than that. Let's just be real. However, we get points. That's all that matters. It's not true, because we'd had a touchdown. The Jets winning over the Vikings 24-18. Pretty big win there. Is obviously, if we lose this game, they're ahead of us in the division. Texans versus the Commanders. Texans taking care of business so far as the Commanders are 1-7. Daniels is playing terribly. McLaurin doesn't even have a catch. Taking care of business there. Carolina versus Cleveland. This is not Poverty Bowl. The Panthers are actually doing all right, but they're losing in this one so far. Bryce Young's only incompletion out of 10 is an interception. Taking a look at the highlight plays in this one. QB's running for the most part. Lamar with a touchdown. Drake May with a touchdown. Those are the two scoring plays touchdown-wise. Of course, Drake May is delivering some pretty nice passes today, though, which is great. This is one of them deep down the sideline to Mr. Patton. What a throw. I don't know if I can really say throwing the ball or running the ball, mid is really the move. I think we're going to throw it medium and defend short. We're going to change it completely up. Harper's going to have a chance to return this one. He gets decent blocks. We're averaging like the 30-plus yard line every time, which is good. We still have that goal, technically, to put up 125 rushing yards, but that's not my goal. The goal is to always win. Taking too much time to throw. We could throw this, but we got room. Drake May has a lot of room to operate. Breaking into the secondary to the 28-yard line. At any given moment, we were thinking about sliding, and you know what? It just kept opening up more and more, and if it wasn't for the safety, that's a touchdown. What a run. Maybe they got the wrong guy. They're like, hey, yeah, we can run on this defense. Maybe they didn't know it was the quarterback that was going to run, as we're going to outrun everybody with Stevenson, who's actually going to get some room. Tries to break it left, gets 12. Change your focus from running, and the run game opens up. Who would have thought? I don't know how that works, but sure. Give me a tough catch for Patton. What a catch it is, though. Gains 11. I thought that safety was going to make a play on that ball. Good play by Patton. Going to go back to the 5-wide stick. This is exactly how we scored the last touchdown, so let's see. I really wish... Yeah, that's going to be picked off because Patton doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Why Patton's not running the slant on an option when the guy's playing his behind there, I'll never know. I thought he actually was going to take a step inside, and he didn't. Good job, Patton. Real blind man he is. Bro, the inside is so open he doesn't run the slant. I don't know what to tell you. I should have just ran a slant myself. I knew that was going to happen. I just knew it. Those receivers are... They're selling us so hard, dude. Why is he not running a slant there? That is just going to mess me up mentally. Good knockout by Gonzalez. 3rd and 10. We're bringing it. We're bringing mid. Guess to be fair, we've been bringing mid all season long. Wide open on the crosser. I don't know where the hell Dial is going, but he gets completely burned. Whoever it was got completely burned. Gamble doesn't come up to press his guy right away. They run into each other, and it's just, yeah, Gamble's completely destroyed. Don't know how it's not PI on him either. All that for nothing. Sweet. Gamble gets completely destroyed. The hell kind of swing is this? And Dial doesn't pick the ball off when it's right in his hands. Our defense has had chances. Thankfully, McKenzie, of all the people who has no hands at all, was the one to actually pick the ball off. Got bumped by our own guy. Thankfully, he takes the short route. Kind of bouncing backwards. 3rd and 5. Chance to force this to a field goal, which would tie the game up. Dial against the running back. See how they play this. We bring the blitz. Short inside. Knocked out again by Gonzalez. That'll be a field goal. Gonzalez knocking the ball out free with some pretty well-timed hits. Justin Tucker, obviously a great kicker. Can't expect him to miss it, but we'll try. It's not really about missing if you can get the block, which we can't. It's 10-all halfway through the 3rd. We got to stop turning the ball over. But mainly our receivers need to stop being stupid. And Bolden gets to the 30-something yard line too. Raven special teams, not that good. 6 picks so far in the last 4 weeks. Not our best work. Nice blocking, Ramondre. Juke move inside. It sucks that the juke moves don't work for him. I think it's change of direction related as we lose Alan Lazard now. Really damn good blocking tight end. But at the same time, I'm kind of wondering why he was even in the first place. How many tight ends were in on that play? 3? Bell should be number 2. Baker wide open. He's made a couple of plays. 11 again. That's his 2nd of the day. Bruce Sternum, that's all right. Really thought it was Bell as the starter anyway, so it was news to me. Running the ball left. There's not really much support over there. We tried to cut it last second as the guy was breaking free. We gained 7. Don't get me wrong, our pass game has been better, but if the run game's going to open up, I'm going to let Stevenson cook. As we run away from Roquan again, try to bounce it all the way left. If we just had a little longer blocking, I get it. It's hard, but still. But hey, at least we didn't abandon the run game in the second half, am I right? We're actually starting the run game in the second half as opposed to normal, as we're going to run it right on the inside again for 8. See how they want to play this. Could have actually ran it with Keaton if we really wanted to. That's a tough one. What a try by Douglas. I'm just glad it wasn't picked. And elbow bursitis for Stevenson. Mitchell becomes the starter. I think they're ready for the run. I don't think they're ready for the pass. They are ready for the pass. And we're going to barely get that ball off. Baker's going to drop it. Oh, my. A simple 2 yards is actually not simple at all. If we can't get 2 yards with this front. Keaton Mitchell. Good movement. Maybe should have bounced that inside a little sooner there. First down, though. That's crazy, though. Gibson's going to be in. Patton. Pretty easy throw. Cut back inside. Really sharp cut to the 2. Let's hurry up to the line, see if we can get Gibson in the end zone. I'm all about scoring touchdowns. I don't care who gets them. We did maybe too much there. We lose 3. Ooh. Stick. Let's see if Patton wants to get open. Not really. Drake May's going to roll out, but he doesn't really have it. He's going to have to throw this away. No real help either. We might have had Faulkner, but I didn't really like how congested it was over there. Oh, we had Douglas, I think, but we get hit, and that will be a field goal. Damn. The defenses are showing up today. Could be down to whoever scores a touchdown. Another one, at least. Starting off with a little 2-yard run. It's 2nd and 8 now. Nearing the end of this third quarter, the Ravens struggling like we are. I'm glad that happened again. That actually worked out, though. 3 yards gained on 2nd and 8 is not great. We're bringing bodies. The press blitz has worked at times. I don't know where Gamble's going, though. And Gamble gets completely dusted as expected. Strip attempt by McKenzie to the 44-yard line. Massive first down and 3rd and 5. I don't know what Gamble's doing there, but sure. Realized it was a problem from the get-go. Didn't think we had time to adjust. Maybe could have called the timeout, but I need these timeouts. I mean, at the end of the day, it really is up to the offense. If the offense can score touchdowns, they kind of control their own destiny. So wanting those timeouts to at least have a chance in that scenario is definitely the smart move, I feel. I just don't know why our guys are, playing fancy. Over the middle, that could be picked. And I don't know why Gonzalez isn't playing that more aggressively. Bateman wants a flag, and honestly, the way our guy played it, you can almost argue that it's a legit request. We're going to cover over the outside. We're baiting it hard. Got the blitz as well. Oh, that's pretty good coverage. I can't believe he held on. 3rd and 3. Bringing the DB blitz. I do not want McKenzie. That sucks. It's all right. It works out. And inside, McKenzie gets beat by Zay for a first down. Press has not really worked super well. Bring the blitz here. We got players all over the place. We're not well adjusted. Now we are. Try to swat. I can't believe he caught that. I thought that was going to McKenzie or Andrews, who got beat. Andrews ran into the line for some reason and got stopped dead, but nope. He was throwing it past him. Of course he was. I didn't know what we were looking at there. End zone is open. Lamar tries to scramble and gets sacked by Uche. Lost it 2, 3rd and 6. All right, they got a couple of tight ends in here. Let's see how they want to play this. We bring so many players in. We still can't get there. And McKenzie gets beat by a backup tight end. How we're getting beat this hard is crazy. I genuinely don't understand. McKenzie should be able to cover any tight end on this field. He's a specimen, just like Beasley. Gain of 3 still. They're wasting so much clock here. We need this to be a field goal only. Back to the press. QB contain. We're not getting to the QB anyways. Might as well protect the scramble, hopefully. Tight end's kind of open. I don't know who to trust. Nice job there by Roberson. That was tough. Bringing the heat. Let's go with Gonzalez. They got the running back. We'll see if he actually runs a route. If he doesn't, we're going to drop. But Lamar's trying to run. Not going to have the speed, and we chase him down for the sack. Khalil Mack. Every time he comes onto the field, he makes plays. And that will be a field goal force. I really thought he was going to outrun everybody, but Mack said, nah, I'm still fast enough, buddy. Field goal game, 13-13. 4 minutes left in the fourth, though. We just got to not turn the ball over. We can win this game on a field goal. I mean, the Ravens really did give us the perfect scenario. Try to roll it out there. Can't. To the 30. Still a good return. Stevenson is back They kind of have, I mean, they got a lot of players all over the place. This is probably not even a good play to run on. Pretty good blocking by the tight end there, and Jeromepkr breaks off a tackle. I'm shocked, to the 47. What a play. Beautiful. They recommended us run the ball inside this game, but if they would have said to run the ball outside, this would have been a really big game for him, I'd say, as Jeromepkr loses in the zone immediately. Comeback route for Patton. We have the kind of Texas look. We're going to have to take that, Faulkner, please. What a catch. Perfect throw to the 37-yard line. That's a big moment. That is a huge moment. Stevenson to the left side. And Stevenson, what a cut. Double teamed and all there. Fights forward for the first down. All set up by Trey Faulkner with a huge catch on second down and 10. I mean, right now it's looking like if we get a first down, we win or go to overtime. As Jeromepkr is going to look pretty good to get that first down. Gains 8 in this situation where they're not going to call a timeout just yet, but they probably will if they get this stop here. I mean, no matter what, they're going to call it after this down, actually. Wow, they got an insane push there. 3rd and 6. I don't know how much I really view these timeouts as important, so I might throw. Problem is, when we do pass the ball, we usually do throw. That's the scary part. Let's get a block from Stevenson. See if we can find the first down. I'm going to throw it away. We could have tried Baker. There's risk. There's risk there. They unfortunately get to keep the timeout, but I think it was worth it. I think it was worth trying to get that first down. See if we can get this field goal. Put this game up by 3, which we will, but with 1:10 left, 2 timeouts, the Ravens have a chance. And they're going to return this ball, which I don't know if that was really a good decision by us. Yeah, it was definitely a good decision. Lost some time, only got to the 26. And we're not going to play over top. You know, we don't want them to get the touchdown, obviously. But at the same time, we don't want them to just walk down for the game-time field goal. As Andrew's going to get wide open, but the ball is misthrown. We switch it up. I don't like that. We picked that up perfectly, but Jelani Tavai gets beat. Who is this? Genuinely, who is that? Some Tyson dude that is just cooking every single DB, linebacker, safety, everything we have. Unbelievable. To the outside. Drop by McKenzie, who already has one this game. That could have called the game. That would have been game over. And, of course, the team we're going against, the team with the longest range for a kicker. So they can take their chances while still having a pretty good shot at it, even from deep. And wide open outside. Huge hit. Holds on, of course. Clock's running. We're calling a timeout. I didn't get the timeout in time. I don't hate that. Well, I do hate it when we can't. When we can't tackle him. 5 missed tackles. We're not trying to break the end that we and then we get injured. And then we get injured. Yes, that's what I want. That is like they're rigging the game. Like they're rigging. Like they're actually rigging. Who am I? Good tackle. That will hopefully force that final timeout. Well, this is going to be overtime unless they make a mistake, which they already did multiple times, and we didn't make them pay. They're going to run the ball here, which... I mean, it's an interesting decision because obviously they can kind of still get their field goal unit out there. And with a clock error, the refs stopped the game to give them a chance for a field goal, which, I mean, I guess makes sense. You know, 20 seconds left. They're running the ball. I don't know how the hell you wouldn't have the time. Clearly, there was some sort of upstairs error. This is going to go to overtime, 16 all. Yeah, for a moment, we were, the crowd was cheering. They're like, yeah, they ran out of time. And then the PA, there's an issue. It's an issue with the clock, which, I mean, I get it. Right? The clock was mistimed, and the spike would not have happened. Which it should have, because I mean, it's impossible not to have better timing than that. Either way, we're headed to overtime. We want the ball first. We won't get the ball first. Oh, we got the ball first. Problem is we haven't scored touchdowns like all day. This is going to be a long episode as well. Bolden on the return. Going to get a nice block, actually. And yeah, their special teams have been terrible. 35-yard line to start. And I don't care what happens. I am treating this like the touchdown is the only thing that wins. I don't care. We're not playing for a field goal. Jeromepkr showing off a little bit of speed. Gets about 2 or 3. 4-down territory all the way across the board. I don't care. I don't care. That's the way I see it. The way I see it is how I see it. And Jeromepkr, I mean, he just turns nothing into something. I don't know how that's only 3rd and 2 rather than like 3rd and inches, but sure. I'm going to say it was a swing pass. I don't see them being able to defend this. Am I crazy? We're also going to turn this into an out from Douglas. We're going to be paying attention to everything. I did not see that linebacker. I can't believe how behind that ball is, though. 4th and 2. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Do you trust the run here? I'm going to trust the run. And Jeromepkr. Oh, my God. That's scary. 102 yards. Actually, I didn't even think about it, but if we run the ball, we can get to 125 still. And they're not going to give us a chance here on this play, though. We're going to have a lead block from the tight end. No, we're not. Don't fight that. If we'd have fumbled, I would have been so pissed. Going back to that outside run. Going to be following the tight end on the right side. And they're going to shift over really nicely. Faulkner doesn't do a great job, but Jeromepkr does, and he gets the first down. What an effort. This looks pretty good if the guard can get over. I like our odds. We're going to bounce it all the way. And Gibson, huge run to the 26-yard line. Big play with a tight end and Pat Ricard going up against one edge rusher, I think, and they couldn't get the guy backwards. He kept moving them, and then our guard or whoever, center, whatever, doesn't get him. Clock's moving. Let's go with a screen pass for Stevenson. Gets a throw out there, and Stevenson's going to turn this into a first down, and then some. To the 8-yard line, hit hard. We'll run the ball one more time. And Jeromepkr almost calls game to the 2. We will kick a field goal here and win the game. They want us to go for this. Is this... Am I mistaken by the rules? This isn't the playoffs. Is this not a game winner? I mean, they're icing us, so one would assume, right? The way they played that, they make me think that they're going to get a chance here. Am I dumb? We're going to look so incompetent if this gives them a chance still. I don't see why it would. Oh, it's just one more second, right? They don't get an extra overtime. I'm pretty sure they just get this 1 second and that's it. I'm pretty sure, right? God, I'm going to look so stupid. And there you go. Yeah, they were trying to confuse the hell out of me. 19-16. We finally stopped the bleeding. Pretty pathetic performance again, but resilient. The defense, they did their job. Offense had their moments, especially Stevenson, trying to, do what he can. Don't even think the receivers were that bad this game. It's just some mistakes by, the timing on, go to the slant instead. It's a perfect example right there. Do the slant on the option instead of sitting there and getting picked off. But sure, yeah, let's just sit there when you have the slant wide open. Bad read by him. McKenzie, obviously, great job on that pick. Really the biggest play of the game. Ironically enough, the only 2 touchdowns of the game were both scramble/read option touchdowns from the quarterbacks. Look at that. 0 touchdowns passing. We threw 2 picks. Lamar threw 1. Jeromepkr misses the rushing goal by 3 yards. But at least he won the game. That's all that matters. He won the game. Sacks. Khalil Macanuche with sacks. Kind of coverage sacks, if you will, though. Pick for McKenzie, pick for Adisa Isaac, and Kyle Hamilton. All players are 6'4", by the way. Don't really know the relevance to that, but hey, I decided to share that with you. We have really good pass block finesse already for Blackwell, so I think I'm going to go with power blocking, which of course loses this scheme fit, which sucks. 2 to run block power, 1 to pass block power. Some things we needed. We have a strategy session, which I'm not sure this is going to reward us with anything, but we won the game. That's all that matters. I mean, we missed it by 3 yards, but yeah, sure. Sure, I guess 3 yards is really failing to execute the plan, huh? Regardless, though, we finally stopped the bleeding. We win the game against a really good team. We have to play against another division rival next week, though, against the Bills, and then the Chargers afterwards, who are 4-4. The Bills, of course, right on our tail here at 5-3 now, I think. Maybe even 6-3, who even knows? But regardless, the conference and division race is heating up. That Ravens game right there, the one we just won, very big for our chance at the first seed, though. We're ever going to climb back into that race, needed that to happen. Because if they go 8-1, I mean, they already have the damn thing locked up almost by like week 14. So good to knock them down a peg and then, finally get ourselves back in the win column. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this one, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I do appreciate getting support on the channel. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel, PK Plays for non-Madden content. And that's basically it. Hope you come back for next video, but until next video, see ya. And once again, shout out to the members of the channel. Appreciate you guys a ton. And if you guys want to become a member of the channel, click the join button next to the subscribe button, and the details will be in there regardless. Thanks for watching, and